Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Screeny. Gordon Ramsay is many things. Father, chef, business owner, reality TV star. But while he's been around for a long time, some of the details surrounding his life remain a little shady. For someone frequently in the public eye, Gordon has had his fair share of scandals, but these tend to be forgotten quite quickly. Join us as we take a look at everything you didn't know about Gordon Ramsay. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos about your favorite movies and TV shows. The Affair. Back in 2008, the TV chef was just as famous for his exploits off the screen. Gordon had been married to his wife Tana for a considerable amount of time, and while she may be the woman behind the man, that didn't stop him from seeking intimacy elsewhere. Allegations surfaced that the award-winning restaurateur had been seeing a professional mistress behind Tana's back. Sources claimed that Ramsay had a 7-year-long affair with Sarah Simmons, who was once the lover of famous author Jeffrey Archer. Gordon denied it was a full-blown betrayal, instead telling his wife that he had only met up with her on 4 different occasions. Either way, it's a pretty awful thing to put your family through, isn't it? Simmons wasn't about to leave any of the details out though, and was quite happy to part with her side of the story for cash. Both Tana and the G-Man dealt with the scandal behind closed doors, refusing to divulge the ins and outs, pardon the pun, to the press. Unfortunately, their silence only made us speculate more, not less. Strict dad. Gordon has 4 kids with his wife. However, he's not about to let them be daddy's little princesses. He runs a very tight ship, and while he's loving, he also doesn't let them enjoy the fruits of his empire. In 2017, he said in an interview with The Telegraph that he doesn't eat at his own posh restaurants with his family. In fact, the only time they ever have is when one of them turned 16. Shockingly, he also makes his kids fly economy while he and Tana fly first class, believing they haven't worked hard enough to earn that privilege. "We're really strict on that," he told the reporter. Despite having a fortune worth almost $80 million, the most surprising revelation came when he stated that he wouldn't be leaving his children any money in his will. Say what? "It's definitely not going to them," said the F-word star. "The only thing I've agreed with Tana is that they will get a 25% deposit on a flat, but not the whole flat." Ramsay went on to defend his decision, saying that he didn't want to spoil his children. But come on, wouldn't you be a bit riled if your dad was that rich and that tight with the purse strings? It's good to teach children responsibility and all that, but geez. Tough childhood. Gordon's own childhood wasn't something you'd see in a movie, unless it was Oliver Twist. Although his mother was loving towards him and his 3 siblings, Gordon's dad was a violent alcoholic who often abused his young wife and his kids in fits of temper. He would frequently have affairs with other women and move his family from A to B as he pursued different careers. At one point, he was a swimming pool manager, a welder, and a shopkeeper, but nothing ever seemed to stick. Originally from Scotland, the family eventually settled down in Stratford-upon-Avon, where Ramsay spent most of his childhood. By the age of 16, he was so fed up with his dad's effect on the family home that he upped sticks and moved out, learning to fend for himself in a flat in Banbury. His no-nonsense approach is probably heavily influenced by his hardships as a youngster, and in a way, you can't blame him. It sounds like he got dealt a rough hand on that one. Jamie Oliver feud. Gordon Ramsay and Jamie Oliver are arguably 2 of the UK's biggest names in the food industry, but the 2 are very different. Jamie is the quintessential family man. You won't catch him swearing on TV anytime soon, and he has done a lot of work to promote healthy eating in the UK. On the other hand, Ramsay is brash, loud, and just has a totally different style. The 2 have had an ongoing feud for the past few years now, and it doesn't seem like it's going to end anytime soon. It all started about 8 years ago when Jamie pulled Gordon up on some comments he made on a journalist's physique. Not one to pipe down, the Hell's Kitchen star didn't like being told what to do and clearly held on to a grudge. In March of last year, during an appearance on The Nightly Show, Gordon took aim at Jamie, poking fun at his restaurants and calling him fat. charming. When asked if he wanted to comment on the remarks by the media, Oliver declined, saying, "I was doing TV years before him, so maybe 5 years ago it would have bothered me and I may have responded, but he's got 4 kids and I've got 5, and I don't want to be slagging off some kid's dad on telly. It's not nice." A pretty decent comment, wouldn't you say? However, Gordon took it as some weird dig, telling Radio Times that he and his wife were mortified at the comments. In true Ramsay style, he went on to cuss Jamie out for basically anything he's ever done, from his work with UK supermarkets to his cooking. Stay classy, Gordon. Football pro. Most people don't realize that Gordon was a footballer before he was a chef. The talented youngster was first chosen to play under-14 football when he was just 12 years old, making his debut for Warwickshire. Unfortunately, talent wasn't enough to see him go all the way up, as he kept getting injured on the pitch. Although he managed to recover, the final blow came when he was trying out for his favorite football team, Rangers. During the training, he managed to smash the cartilage in his knee, but desperate to prove his worth, continued to play, causing even further damage. It's disputed whether Rangers actually signed him or not. Gordon claims to have been contracted, while an official Rangers photographer says the opposite, citing the young Ramsay as a substitute that was picked to play an unimportant match. Football legend Ali McCoist played alongside him and has since called him competitive. Luckily for Gordon, he soon discovered his love for cooking, and the rest, as they say, is history. Those Michelin stars probably helped him get over striking out in his football career. Lawsuit hell. It's no secret that the kitchen scene on Kitchen Nightmares aren't exactly rated for their 5-star hygiene. As an owner choosing to go on the show, you've got to be aware that all of your problems are going to be aired in front of an audience of millions. But clearly, one New Orleans restaurant wasn't ready for the impacts it would have. Oceana Grill got the brunt of Gordon's temper when he tried to help them out, and when he tasted their food, he vomited. The clip went viral once again earlier this year when it was uploaded to Facebook, quickly gaining over 1.5 million views. The company that owns the eatery were quick to take legal action, stating that the footage was over-dramatized for effect and the food really wasn't that bad. They said the episode, which aired in 2011, paints them in a bad light and now it's resurfaced, is bad for business. Cajun Conti claims that none of the events were real and that they were all created for the sake of the show. But surely, why would you let that happen and put the reputation of your business on the line? It doesn't make much sense to us, but hey, we're not lawyers. Fat shame. One of Gordon's go-to insults is commenting on the appearance of others. He's well known for slinging insults, calling other celebs fat or ugly, but he can't really talk. At the beginning of this year, Ramsay shed 60 pounds as he was worried that his wife would leave him over his plumper physique. The 51-year-old chef went up to 250 pounds, telling The Times in an interview that his wife didn't like the way her husband looked anymore. I look back at pictures and think, how did Tana stay around? Because Tana has got better looking and more gorgeous. And there she is, getting in bed with a fatty, he said. He blamed his weight gain on working too much, which led him to vetoing healthy meals for quick snack food. According to Gordon, going on holiday with friends David and Victoria Beckham also gave him some inspiration for losing the podge. Like most famous people, Chef Ramsay got the best of the best to whip him into shape, employing a former army captain to help him lose the muffin top. 3 times a week with a personal trainer and giving up the long kitchen hours have meant that the weight has stayed off. Can you imagine your significant other saying that they were going to leave you because you put a bit of weight on though? Whatever happens to until death do us part. Thank you very much for watching today's video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing content, and don't forget to check out one of the other 2 videos on your screen.